So today we're going to try to find a moonshine still site in the Big South Fork. And still sites are a dime a dozen in the Big South Fork because moonshining was such a popular activity in this part of the Upper Cumberland region of Tennessee. But some are different. And this particular moonshine still site, a guy named Donnie Kidd of Oneida, who knows a lot about the Big South Fork, told me about this spot about 10 years ago. Didn't really tell me a location, but a few weeks ago he gave me a little bit more information about where it might be located at. So we've got a general idea of where this still site is at, and we're going to go try to find it. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you up front, we're not going to get there on this video, but I posted this video anyway to show you just how dirty and grungy it can be to bushwhack in the Big South Fork. A lot of people don't realize when you get off the beaten path in the Big South Fork, the terrain changes instantly. It is so thick, it is so rugged, it's so unforgiving, and it's difficult to go from point A to point B. You get dirty, you get wet in the wintertime like this, and you're going to get your clothes ripped a little bit, you're going to get scratched up a little bit. It's very thickety, a lot of rhododendron, a lot of briars. So even though we didn't get to where we wanted to get on this day, I'm going to post this anyway just to show you just how thick, just how rough, and just how nasty some of these backcountry thickets really are in the Big South Fork. So the first thing we got to do is hike down this ridge to get down to the gap that goes under the cliff line. And it didn't take long hiking down the ridge to realize it's cold. In fact, if there was one way to describe this day, it would be cold. Wind chill was in the single digits. It was so cold, we were having to use pocket juice to recharge our cell phones because the cold air was sucking the battery life out of our phones. So we get off the trail, we head down the gap, and it didn't take long at all for the terrain to start to change, and almost instantly it becomes one huge mountain laurel thicket. And if you've ever tried to wade through a Big South Fork mountain laurel thicket, you know how unforgiving those things can be. Video does not do this mountain laurel thicket justice. I mean, this is a absolute thicket that we're trying to crawl through.
It's so thick, I don't know if I can get over there. Are you up on top or down in the canyon?
I'm on top.
So we keep crawling through this thicket. The snow is falling and it's down our necks, down our backs. Every time you brush against something, snow is coming down. Finally get to a stream, which is good because that means you're getting out of the mountain laurel and then you're getting into the rhododendron. Rhododendron can be almost as bad, but usually it's not hardly as thick as the mountain laurel. So we go down the stream and find ourselves in a canyon that leads to the edge of a waterfall, and then the ground just gives way and the earth drops off. It's like you're literally standing on the edge of the earth. Pretty impressive waterfall, pretty big drop. There was no way for us to get down, even with ropes and the gear that we had. There was no way that we were going to get down this waterfall.
Oh yeah, we're getting out into moonshine country now. Wonder how far this rock goes. That dirt gives away, that's a long ways down.
I think we had a drone out here. We're getting in trouble.
There's a tree. Can we get over to it? Slide down it? Huh?
No.
I'm serious.
So we're looking over and we can tell it's a really big rock shelter. We can see what appears to be man-stacked stones inside this rock shelter. So this may very well be the moonshine steel that we're looking for, but there's no way to get there. So we look at the map and we know that there is another drainage that comes in on the other side of the ridge. And so then our next option is to crawl over to that side, which is going to mean fighting through another thicket, and it's getting late and it's getting almost dark. But we're going to try to get over to that thicket and see if there's a way down that way.
That's too quick. Careful.
Oh yeah, let's be on the fair. Oh yeah, this is the last hiking trip these bitches are gonna see. Here. Oh boy, I'm getting ready to lose it. Yours is not waterproof.
It is a waterfall. Yeah. Let's go back.
So we get over there and guess what? Same thing. The stream kind of enters a canyon, you know, small bluffs on either side, and it comes to waterfall, and the edge of the earth just gives way to nothing. So it definitely is enough to pique my interest. I want to go back. Whether or not that is the moonshine steel, I want to get down there and explore that rock shelter because it really looks pretty unique standing on top and looking down. But this is not the way down. This is cliff lined all the way around. There is no easy way down right here. So we're going to have to backtrack. We're going to have to find another way down. I really felt like this stream would be the way down, but sometimes these topographical maps can be misleading. What appears to be a gap in the cliff line really isn't. When you get to it, you find out that it's an unbroken cliff line, and there's no way down. So I want to go back. I want to find another gap, find a way to get down there and explore that further. And I think we're going to find that still site under that waterfall if I were guessing, but we'll have to wait and see.